hoping to come out of the gates strong. It's that time of the year. Happy holidays, everyone, from 2K Sports as we get set to bring you some mid-season NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan. I'll be joined by Greg Anthony, Tim Lakeland, and we'll be hearing from our reporter, Allie LaForce, in the sidelines as well. And a chance now to take a look at some numbers for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
And a look at the starters for the Pistons. They've got Levine. Antetokounmpo is out there with Josh Giddey. Then it's Bol. And for the Trailblazers. When your team is looking at a back-to-back, how do you approach the first game of the two, Tim?
Well, I think you may go to your bench a little bit more early. Lengthen your rotation, especially if the game isn't all that close. You're not going to see any starters play heavy minutes in that situation.
Are you thinking as a coach we have a better chance against this team than that team? Does it ever enter that kind of conversation?
It definitely does, but it could also be a dangerous approach if you think there's a particular matchup that doesn't favor you in some way.
So the Portland Trailblazers able to put the first points up on the board. Fouled in the act of shooting, gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him. Greg, we have another up-and-comer from down under, Josh Giddey.
I mean, a lot of young talent coming to the NBA by way of Australia. Their great skill development program showing in Giddey, who stands 6'8", but plays like a small point guard.
In the corner, Smith with it. A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. And it's Thompson with the jam.
Timing and athleticism. That's how Thompson won himself the second opportunity.
Outside, Antetokounmpo. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
Well, oftentimes illegal screens fall into a gray area, but that time he got called for it.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Okay, I see ya. That's your point guard getting up.
Portland's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Pass to Thompson. Smith outside. Here's the 3. 6 on the shot clock. That's a miss. He's made one and missed one. On the wing, Giddey. Now, here's Bol. That's good, and so Giddey with the assist.
Yeah, inside, Bol does a great job just making subtle adjustments and utilizing that length.
Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. On the wing, Levine. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. Pass to Bol. And here's Levine. A miss that time. Would have put him up.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the 3.
The screen from Thompson. Beyond the arc. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
Well, you just have to communicate those switches. If you don't, it's on you.
Whoops, they pick off the pass. On the wing, Thompson. Over to the wing for 3, and another 3 for Portland.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
And we were talking about, Tim, the front office, the Blazers very pleased with their internal development.
Well, the pieces fit. They're not just young players looking to score, but you have guys who are willing to defend and make muscle plays. That's how you build a winning culture.
Now here's Thompson. This game he had 10 points. And out of bounds, the Pistons will take it.
Checking out the numbers for Thompson. This last month, he's been positively spectacular. He's putting up 9 points a game, 7 assists, and just over 2 steals. They're loving how he's running the show here. His sensational passing really breathing life into their offense.
Yeah, I agree. The pieces fall into place when he is finding people. The offense looks visibly sharp.
Down it goes. Nice one there from Antetokounmpo.
Instincts and anticipation. Great effort here by Giannis.
It's all about Antetokounmpo. Kick out to Levine. Screen by Bol. Got a piece of it. Lets it go from deep. Good on the triple. 8 points for him.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the results.
So for the Pistons, their last game, a win against the Charlotte Hornets. And so the timeout here by J.B. Bickerstaff. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy.
Here comes your Trailblazers step team. Let's get crazy for the Trailblazers step team. Here they come, fans.
And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Stephen Curry.
Well, as your career goes along, you naturally lose a little bit. But he takes great care of himself. He puts a lot of effort into his preparation. And he's smart about picking his spots. That's why he's still a factor out there on the offensive end.
Now here's Giannis. The scoring numbers have been solid for him. He's averaging just under 14 points a game. Here's Thompson. Portland moving the ball around. Just 5 to shoot. The shot from 20 feet away. Goes back up, and he lays it up and in.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
So far, a great game plan and great execution, but we still have a long way to go.
Wide open shot is on the money.
You can see the evolution of Giannis as a passer. He's gotten good at thinking for himself and his teammates.
We've got 33 seconds left in the first quarter. To the middle. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Yeah, they have gone full throttle from the opening tip, showing no signs of letting up.
Yeah, they've just been the better team. They've been more aggressive, which is why they hold a double-digit lead.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Also, the ball handler needs to wait until the screener's feet are set.
Makes it off the glass. 8 points for him.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Well, it's just an outstanding effort thus far. They've done a great job at both ends.
And after just 1 quarter of play, a double-digit differential on the scoreboard. Trailblazers lead by 13. From Portland, we're back in a moment. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Blazers.
Well, they haven't wasted any time getting into a groove from deep, putting up and hitting a healthy amount of three-pointers thus far.
And then there's the points off turnovers. They've really made the other team pay when they've lacked ball security.
And for the Pistons, they've got Bull. Josh Giddey is out there with Antetokounmpo. Then it's Zach LaVine. The shot. Can't nail the jumper.
He got the space he wanted for his mid-range. He just wasn't able to convert.
And after years of disappointment, the Pistons, Tim, finally seem to have put it together.
And I think the key for them has been blending in the right amount of veteran leadership with their emerging young players. And I'll tell you what, this team still has a lot more upside. Well, he was hoping to respond with a three of his own. He just couldn't get it to go.
And the Trailblazers getting another bucket right there.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
And because of that, this one looks like a bit of a mismatch.
Inside, here's Bull. Looking to end the run. No good on that one. Trailblazers leading by 20. To the inside, Thompson, and it's Thompson with the jam.
And he's got rocket ship-like takeoff. Thompson can flat out fly.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Three-pointer. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
And it just feels like his poor shooting has been contagious to his entire team as they find themselves trailing.
Pass to Smith. Back to Curry. Now Thompson. Bull covering. And Bull sends it back.
And that massive wingspan coming into play there. Bull uses it to perfection to block shots.
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. And here's Giannis. He'll bring it up for the Pistons. Still looking for their first basket since the first quarter. To the left side wing. Bull kicks to Giannis. Shoots the three. And it's Portland with the rebound.
It's been a rough quarter for him. I think patience can help. Take the shots that are there. Don't force it.
As we canvass the league and look at the landscape, some tremendous young talent on the wing, Tim. Who might be the best wing player 5 years down the road, say?
Well, I'm looking at Anthony Edwards right now because of the skill, the athletic ability, and then the competitive desire. I think he wants to be great. You'd also look at guys like Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, certainly. And then you've got a guy like Cade Cunningham in Detroit, who hasn't even started to scratch the surface.
Boy, you made a great list of guys right there for sure. And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Hey guys, LeBron James talked winning teams. He said to be successful, you got to have one, possibly two stars, but at the end of the day, you have to have those soldiers around them. You got to have the supporting cast and the rest of those guys that are going to be ready to go. Back to you guys.
Yep, a team effort. Allie LaForce with that report. Great job as always, Allie. Thanks. Some big men who, when they get it in tight, are as close to a sure thing as we've got. Here are the top field goal percentage leaders among NBA centers and power forwards. Second, Bull.
And most of the guys on that list have that unique combination of power and finesse. I mean, a very physical presence with an equally soft touch.
Yeah, and what I love is, for the most part, they take high-quality shots within the flow of the offense.
Screen by Bull. And he can't stop this drought. Another miss.
He just can't get anything going in this quarter, and his team desperately in need of a spark.
That one misses. Good D by Giannis. All right, Legs, follow me here. You look at the rise of teams like Detroit. There's a lot to be said for having young legs.
2 minutes remaining.
Well played, Kevin. Well played. And look, today's game exacts a physical toll. And if you think of it, that's especially true when you're playing a team like the Pistons. They play fast and they hit hard.
And it's the Trailblazers with the ball, following the three by Detroit. Pass to Curry. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got 4 assists in the game.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Now, here's Bull. They set the pick. Giddey surveying the D. No problems knocking that one down.
3 points.
Giddey's got his second bucket tonight.
Sometimes trailing in the game, players get sucked into trying to make that home run play.
Thompson passes to Curry. Some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. And another three for Portland.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Levine kicks to Giannis. On the wing, Giddey. 5 to shoot. Here's Antetokounmpo. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
Assisted.
Antetokounmpo's got his second bucket.
Excellent job navigating the screen and roll there. Giddey showing his vision on that one.
Down it goes for his third basket in as many tries.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Puts up a 3. And no good that time. It's been all about Stephen Curry for the Trailblazers. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. And we'll be right back after this.
Welcome. First up on the agenda tonight, let's see how the Rookie of the Year race is shaping up.
Acclimating to the league is not that easy. These guys are already accepting the challenges and the rigors of the NBA, and they're crushing it. I'm surprised.
Yeah, I'm curious to see which rookie might take even another step and separate himself from the pack. Switching back to that first half of action, everything's been working for the Portland Trailblazers.
Well, they have guys popping off the bench, putting up numbers. That's their real advantage.
Yeah, nothing secondary about this second unit. See what I did there?
I see.
And that is a wrap. Now let's send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. Curry has been sensational.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
And that will be the biggest adjustment. They have to force the ball out of his hands, but that's a difficult challenge.
Detroit with the ball. After this one, they're off to Sacramento to take on the Kings. And that game will be game 2 of 5 out on the road. Lets it go with a 3. Sinks the three-pointer.
I tell you what, he came out of that locker room raring to go.
And for the Pistons, stolen by Levine. Shoots from 12. Pass to Porzingis. Back to Levine. Puts up a deep 3. And to Kumbo. It's good on the putback.
You love to see Giannis get aggressive like that, ensuring they convert there with the putback jam.
From outside the arc. Antetokounmpo grabs the miss. Giannis has got 6 rebounds now in the game.
Look out!
Number 2.
And how about the splendid floor vision from Antetokounmpo? A good decision maker, improves his passing each and every year.
At the line for one.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And Tim, it came out this past summer that the Trailblazers were for sale.
And with the entirety of the proceeds of that sale going to charitable causes, and with franchise value skyrocketing league-wide, a lot of good is going to come from this transfer.
And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's on Porzingis. Tim, you know you've played it for so long. The intensity of competition can lead to some heated communication, even between those on the same team.
Well, Kevin, believe me, in the 10 years I played in the league, you often see that between teammates because you have highly competitive individuals who aren't always going to see eye to eye.
But don't you think that's good, though, that competitive tension that may exist within a team?
It creates an edge, Kevin, that you need to win in this league.
So he picks up just 1 from the line that time. Pistons trailed by 17. From past the arc, it's the 3-point bomb. 9 points in the game so far.
They're on fire to start this quarter, and with each basket, their confidence grows.
And so Chauncey Billups decides to call timeout. He's ready to talk things through with them.
Get ready to dance like everybody's watching. Let's see how to dance moves.
And here's a look at some numbers for Smith. He showed up every night and some noteworthy performances over the last month. Averaging about 11 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists. And he does a great job of just attacking the glass, really determined to track it down.
Well, he understands his role. He's one of their enforcers, but he also helps them win the battle of possessions.
Smith on the wing. Trailblazers moving the ball around. From deep. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
It's certainly been a good night for him, and it is showing on the scoreboard.
And so the timeout here by J.B. Bickerstaff. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. Taking a look at Detroit. They're 4th in the conference and looking to make a move the latter part of the season.
And right now for the Pistons, They've fulfilled a lot of the promise they showed coming into the season, but they just haven't taken that next leap forward so many thought they might.
Well, I think that extra gear is coming, especially as we get further down the stretch when you're trying to build momentum for a playoff run.
Pass to Porzingis. Here now, the upcoming schedule for the Portland Trailblazers. On Tuesday, they'll face off against Scotty Barnes and the Orlando Magic. And then on Friday, they'll take on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and the Los Angeles Clippers.
Take a break.
And for their matchup
Two
with the
shots.
Celtics, that's a contest that could easily go either way. Small mistakes could be the difference, and both teams will need to be at their best.
That free throw good from Porzingis.
And at 7-3, Porzingis could have been just another big, but he defies expectations. He's got such an impressive array of abilities.
And both free throws good for Porzingis.
A big man with a nice shooting stroke. You love to see it.
Pass to Thompson. Takes a three. And Zach LaVine pulls it down. And here's LaVine, who brings it up for Detroit. Down by 15.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
That's a cold start out of the break. Only one of his first four has he got to go.
Shoots off the step back. Portland grabs the miss. The biggest lead of the game was 24 points. They'll be hosting Orlando for the next one. That'll be the second game of a 5-game homestand.
What a pass right there. Coaches love seeing guys making it easy for their teammates.
Here's Smith, and Smith with the stuff.
And guys, we're going to see a lot of that from this young man. Smith right now, beasting.
Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
Thank you. The NBA studies other leagues. Commissioner Adam Silver said, "I'm a fan of what baseball did with the pitch clock and the size of bases, increasing the engagement and the entertainment value of the game. If they're able to make changes, certainly we shouldn't be afraid to do the same." Kevin?
Some forward thinking. Allie, we thank you very much. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. 15 points in the game.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
And they are just breaking the will of their opponent.
He takes it in. Good D by Thompson.
That's a missed opportunity, and that is one he would love to have back.
Smith's shot is good. Smith's got 5 now.
Supreme confidence. Smith really stretches the floor with his ability to shoot.
Outside, Antetokounmpo. Porzingis with a screen on Thompson. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control. Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
Well, you have to love the execution, and you have to love the relentlessness.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over.
Time to get loud for your Blazers.
The Pistons making a change here. The league's long-distance bombers are setting their sights on the three-point contest this season. Here are some of the early favorites to make up the field.
And I love the way the voting is shaping up, Kevin. We'll have an excellent contest if these are the shooters who are firing away on All-Star Weekend.
And at number 4 on the list, he's almost certain to take part in the contest this year. He's going to be excited to let those long-range shots fly on All-Star Weekend.
And the fans have been right to give him so much love. He's deadly from beyond, and he has to be in this contest this season.
And we'll keep you posted as we find out more. And as we get closer to the three-point contest, once we have our final list of official contestants.
Yeah, it's going to be very competitive. That's the one thing we all know. We've got an incredible group of long-distance shooters in this league right now.
Hits it from three-point range.
Well, he's not the reason they're down right now. He has played smart, efficient basketball.
Down low, the 9-foot shot. And Lively pulls it down. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Inside. That missed basket now makes him 4 of 8 from the field.
And really the smart thing would be to hold for the last shot.
You're going to have to be very patient right here. Let's see how it plays out.
They set the screen. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
Well, oftentimes illegal screens fall into a gray area, but that time he got called for it.
And so it's Portland closing out the quarter with a 20-point lead. They've been playing some ferocious defense. And we'll be back with you shortly. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feet. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, I like the fact he didn't telegraph it. That's poetry in motion right there.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters.
That's as good as it gets.
Woo! And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Oh, he is a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
That could be a contender for the dunk of the year, I think. Here's Giddey. And for Detroit. And legs from going undrafted to becoming a three-point contest champion, you had to fight for your place in the NBA.
Well, Kevin, that's an understatement. Yes, undrafted in '88. I played in just about every league imaginable, including a year in France. Had a bunch of 10-day contracts early on, but I didn't get my first full-time NBA contract until 1993 with the Dallas Mavericks.
Well, your perseverance and tenacity definitely paid off.
Certainly didn't take no for an answer, I can tell you that.
And for the Trailblazers. Clock at 6. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
Well, as a defender, it's hard to overcome a height disadvantage when you're that close to the basket.
Over in the corner, Porzingis. Nice ball movement by Detroit. It doesn't go for him.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Smith inside, guarded by Porzingis. Smith, no luck. Pass to Porzingis. That's tipped. A floater, and it's Portland with the rebound. Thompson's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. You know, Tim, some people love the star power of dynasties, but do you think the league's push for parity is helping the game overall?
Overall, I do believe competitive balance is good for the league. I think there are more fan bases that stay more engaged longer into the year, and that's just good for everybody.
I totally agree. And we've got a timeout called by Chauncey Billups. It's a chance for them to regroup and refocus. Trailblazers leading by 19 points. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. And they call an illegal screen here.
After a solid first half, he's now forcing things and getting a little careless with the ball.
Pistons trailed by 19. Out to the wing. Bol, a screen on Thompson. Pass to Bol. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
And that is just a deflating error on his part.
A play like that can absolutely take the wind out of your sails. Just a tough break.
The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Thompson the bounce pass. Top of the key. It's rebounded by Giddey.
Yeah, that's a shot he'll make 90% of the time. He just couldn't get it to go right there.
He drills the 3.
Well, the defense needs to be better there. They gave way too much space.
Here's Smith. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Giddey will pull it down. Pistons trailed by 16. Now Porzingis. Beyond the arc. Tries to save it. And he stays with it. Bol off the glass.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
2 minutes in the game.
Portland leading by 14. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. Detroit with the ball. They're on a 10-2 run here. Now Porzingis. Porzingis sets the pick for Giddey. That one misses. 1:29 left in the fourth quarter. So, Tim, in the past, it's always been accepted that the veteran-laden teams would have an edge. But I don't know if we're seeing that as much now. What do you think?
Well, I think you used to see a lot more continuity with rosters across a number of years. But nowadays, much shorter contracts means you have teams that evolve and change more regularly than ever before.
Almost feels like you got to be more nimble as a franchise than ever before.
You absolutely have to have much more forethought because you keep these groups together for a shorter period of time.
Let's now take our opportunity opportunity to check out our player of the game.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight, just amazing. He hadn't just been gunning. He's been picking his spots, and you need that kind of patience and discipline to shoot as well as he had.
He sure has given this crowd a treat tonight. This kind of performance only cements his status as a fan favorite. You know, Jim, you hear some players now feeling they're being unfairly criticized. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I do believe it can get personal at times, but listen, if you are in this league, I think it helps to have thick skin because you are going to be criticized from time to time.
But players do pay attention, don't they? They know what's being said and written.
They pay a lot more attention than they let on, Kevin. And if they're not listening, somebody in their inner circle is. I promise you that.
Trailblazers leading by 13.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for the Trailblazers.
And the big difference here was accuracy from three-point range.
And once they started sinking shots, it really stretched out the D and created other opportunities. And anytime they got space, they seemed to just knock down another triple.
And I think a great job in positioning themselves for the W here. It's win number 21 on the season.
And you know, this is a win they wanted badly, guys. They did not want to get swept in the season series.
One shot.
And that one misses. Smith left side. Oh, good on the layup.
Guys, let's just go ahead and call this one. It's over.
Yeah, anything they do at this point is going to be futile. Too little, too late.
And it misses.
And even though he didn't get a piece of that shot, you love the pressure he puts on the shooter.
And sometimes that's all you need to do to force that miss.
And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. And once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Tim Legler, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm Kevin Harlan. This is the NBA on 2K Sports. And now, our player of the game.